All right. I've been doing some thinking, so I just had some thoughts that I wanted to share. All right, so I guess, see, part of this is like sometimes I'll start a train of thought, and then I'm just like, damn. And I'll just continue it on here. So that's what this is. Again, if you've never been here, this is unscripted. This has no objective other than just me sharing my perspective, just me sharing my thoughts for the benefit of anybody else who might um, enjoy that authenticity, because I know I would, seeing somebody else's real experience, somebody that might look like me, somebody that might not look like me. I'm gonna make my plea in this first minute to have people share, and it doesn't need to be like this. It can be one-to-one with just people in your environment, in your community. It can be in a group of your peers. It can be friends, it could be family, whatever. But we definitely have to start sharing more, because we live in silos, right? We live in silos, and we don't get to hear other people's perspectives, even though we're going through the same things. So we're basically fighting battles that don't need to be fought in the way that we're fighting them, right? We're fighting them without support. We're fighting them without guidance. When people literally just 30 days before you went through the exact same thing, and you hearing their story, I'm gonna leave it there. All right, you get what I'm saying. But just some of what I wanted to just download from my brain is, lately I've been thinking a lot about peace, right? That's my objective, is to understand peace, is to accomplish peace, not just in a sense of like peace and quiet, of course, but like mental peace, spiritual peace, the peace that is like unfazed. Now, I've, in this like last couple of maybe month especially, this is the least that I've worked ever in my life, right? I still have a job, but it's the least that I've worked in terms of hours. I'm probably only, in the last month, probably only worked like 40 hours, maybe 50 max. But consistently, week to week, it's the least that I've ever worked. And I'm not occupying my other time with a whole bunch of things like video games and stuff. So when I'm not working, it's a lot of quiet and me trying to really go within and, like I said, just dive a little deeper. So what I'm getting at is, that's been my focus, is to understand, what does mental quiet look like, right? Why does my brain go here and here and here? Why does everybody's, right? How do you get to a place where you're in control of your peace, your state, rather, right? Where you're not just pulled by every thought in every direction, right? Where people's comments or their opinions, the stuff that they don't even say, but you're just thinking that they might. How do you make sure that you don't get wrapped up in that? And I haven't really been on social media either, so it's been super quiet. It's been super quiet. And one of the things that has come out of that for me is, I'm realizing that quiet is good, right? It's one experience. It's one experience, but quiet is not my goal. And quiet and peace are not, they're not the same thing, right? And I think maybe it's because of that term that we kind of get that conditioning a little bit. Peace and quiet, like it's like a one thing, right? Peace and quiet. I just need some peace and quiet. But they're not the same thing. You can be in a roaring city. You can be in a mosh pit. You can be in a march. It doesn't matter. And you can have peace. You can be on the receiving end of a barrage of insults and hate and argumentative and all of this. Like, you can be in a shitstorm and still have peace. So it's not about quiet. That's not quiet. But peace and quiet are not synonymous. You can have active peace. And that is what I want. That is what I want. Quiet is not the goal. That active peace, controlled chaos. And I just had a term that really just landed with me. And is controlled chaos, not still order. Right? And I think we do want things to be in order. But we also want some elements of noise and chaos, but controlled chaos. Okay, like I want the identity, and I want to be me as the person that I am, and I want to be human and interact with this world, even though I know that this is not the extent of my nature. I know that I'm not defined by this body, by this name, but I still want to identify with it because I do believe that that is the reason that I am here, to have a human experience. And the human experience is noise. So it's not that I don't want the noise, I just want to be able to choose. I don't want the noise to control me. I want to control the elements and the aspects of the noise that I bring within my experience, right? Some elements of noise, like just bitterness and anger, those are not elements that I necessarily want to bring into my experience. But if I was just at the mercy of the noise, somebody can say something and it throws me off. Something can happen, it completely throws me off, puts me in anger, puts me in retaliation, revenge. Yeah, like, that's me not being in control of my experience. But that's not what I desire. I desire the noise, right? I want the noise of a relationship. I want the noise of beautiful children running around, causing havoc, causing stress. I want that noise. But I want controlled chaos, right? I don't want the noise to pull me. And the reason even why, I felt in my spirit to do another video today is just because I got to that point today mentally of understanding that. Over the last month, I've just been like, how do I get to quiet? How do I get to quiet? How do I not interact with the thoughts and get pulled in all these directions? How do I control all my thoughts? I don't think it's about controlling everything, all your thoughts and everything. Like, there can be chaos. There can be chaos. Like, experience it all. Experience the heartbreak if that's what you gotta go through. Experience the greatest depths of romance if that's what it's time for. When I say control chaos, I don't mean that you're being controlling in every aspect of your life. I mean that you're just being in control of the extent to which you allow the chaos in your life. And you should, in my opinion. Well, that's just what I desire, is to have some chaos, but have the extent of it be controlled to where I'm choosing, and it's not choosing for me. When it's choosing for you, you wake up one day and say, what happened? What did I do? I don't feel like this was my direction. I just ended up here. That's the midlife crisis. That's the extreme hate that people, the resentment that people just start to build and foster up within their system. And it's not about you or the person or the thing. It's within them that cultivated. So I don't want to be pulled without my say-so. But I want to be in the chaos of the human experience. I do. And I didn't get that before. I thought it was about, being able to turn off that and just be... I always understood the human experience is part of it. That's why we're here, and to interact with it. But somehow getting lost in thinking that killing the noise is achieving spiritual enlightenment of some sort, or transcendence. And I don't think it's about killing the noise. I think it's about being able to be... Man, since I heard this framework, it's never left me, but I haven't quite got there. But I know that this is the mission, to be involved but not attached. I've heard that years ago. It's never left me. And I've heard numerous different people, especially Eastern wisdom, say that, to be involved but not attached. That's the goal, I think. And involved is, you're involved in the chaos. You're involved in the identity. I'm involved in being me as a person with my name, but I'm not attached to it. I'm not attached to my race. I'm not attached to any religion. I'm not attached to my family. I'm involved, but I'm not attached. And it's hard to get there, right? It's hard to say that I'm not attached to my family. I haven't got there yet. But I think people misunderstand what that actually looks like. It doesn't mean that you don't care. It doesn't mean that your emotions are any less vibrant. In fact, it may be even more vibrant when you understand that you're operating from the element of choice, right? You're choosing your experience. I'm not there yet, but I think I know where I want to go. And I don't have a big, long download that I wanted to give today, but I did want to share this. And even this video, like these videos, the last one is like 2 weeks ago. So I don't know how often I'm going to be doing these. There's no strategy behind it, but I do feel like it is beneficial for me to be able to put my ideas into this package of some sort, right? I'll reflect back on some of the previous videos, and while they are just as authentic and transparent as this, they lack the train of thought that I think would be a little bit more beneficial and more intentional for somebody that is listening. And it's not that I'm cultivating any train of thought now. I'm just being more intentional to maybe stay on one topic until the thought is complete. And that doesn't mean it has to be complete, but to the ability that I'm able to express it. So, I mean, that's really it. If you watched this far, I mean, I thank you. There's nothing that I'm asking for. I'm not asking you to like. I'm not asking you to subscribe or do anything, right? I just appreciate this platform to be able to share. And the only thing that I would ask, if I could ask anything, is to share. You share, not with me. You can if you want to. You can leave a comment. I will certainly reply to it. But you share in your own life with your own people, right? If you have a platform, share there. But share, because there's so many people going through so many things, and that's one of the things that I've definitely felt and connected to. Life is not easy for everybody. It's not easy for almost anybody, right? Because we're moving away from the oneness, and we're just getting so fractured. I mean, the whole world, it like everything is just getting fractured, right? We're being fractured at creativity, right? Where AI is sweeping in at record levels. We're being fractured at connectivity. I mean, social media is being more and more fake, for lack of a better word. So we're not really being social, like we're not having real interaction. The gamification of every single part of life, we're getting fractured. So I think we need to combat that by sharing, being authentic with each other, and that realness can slow, if not course correct us a little bit, okay? I don't know what the future holds, but I would just say share. Share with one person, 2 people, 3 people. And if you are in such a space that you don't feel comfortable sharing with anybody, share with yourself. Honesty, authenticity with yourself. Like, there's no reason to lie to yourself. You have to let go of protecting yourself and share with yourself authentically. And even in that, don't stay there too long, because that can be dangerous. Love y'all. Peace.